We have Mr. Devi Prasad, the director of Green Palm Marine Consultancy. Mr. Devi, thank you so much for being today with us in Marasi News TV.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you. We witnessed a very interesting presentation by you, and I would like to ask you, what are the major challenges being faced when it comes to installing the wind farms?
The major challenge is the installation vessels currently in the market is not really capable, and there's a lot of vessels in the market which doesn't suit this installation. So what we are trying to do is basically enhance those vessels and the owners to make it work for these vessels, as well as bring new vessels into the market so that people can construct this vessel in Middle East even and supply, because there is a shortage of such vessels in the market.
And how do you perceive the innovative performance of the Middle East offshore industry?
See, the Middle East has been always a market where quality and cost is really good compared to other markets, and we have a lot of yards, we have a lot of vendors here, and Middle East has been really good for manufacturing industry. So we feel Middle East will have a lot of market share for the wind farm business if we really focus on this technology, focus on the cost, and focus really on the manufacturing industry.
And as a consultancy company, how do you contribute in enhancing and developing the offshore industry in the Middle East?
See, as a consultant based in Dubai, so basically we work with all the yards here, all the vendors, even with a lot of local societies in developing the knowledge, bringing the technology into the Middle East, especially in Dubai and the United Arab Emirates. And so by providing those knowledge, the people can really look at this business, go abroad and see what is required for the wind farm installation vessels. And definitely we think that Dubai can be a real progress in this business.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are today in the day 2 of the offshore jackups Middle East. We have Mr. Chris Partridge. He's the Managing Director Middle East for the London Offshore Consultants. Mr. Chris, thank you so much for being today with us in Marasi News TV.
Good morning, and how are you?
Thank you. What are the most cost-effective solutions to the traditional MWS models?
MWS provides an important service in terms of we regulate that companies are undertaking moves and offshore operations safely, and we give reassurance to insurance companies and to the operators that procedures are being followed and that nothing unsafe is going to happen which will result in a claim. What you need to understand is that our clients are actually insurance companies, they're not the offshore operators, so we provide a check and balance against the commercial considerations that they have. And by providing that check, we can effectively help them to reduce claims and therefore in the long term their premiums.
And do you think that self-propelled, self-elevating jackups are going to be efficient in the offshore operations?
Certainly they're efficient. They have a limited scope and they have a certain area that they work in, as we've just seen today. There's talk about wind farms, erection, there is the workovers that we dealt with yesterday. But in terms of drilling and stuff like that, apart from DP drilling vessels which work in ultra-deep harsh waters, there's going to be no need for those to have self-propelled units. So yes, they have their place, and yes, they're very efficient, and yes, they deal with what they're designed to do very effectively.
And from your point of view, what are the commercial challenges facing the offshore industry?
Well, clearly there's a reduced oil price that everybody is concerned with. I think moving forward it's the introduction of new technology, it's adopting digitalisation, which is a massive project at the moment. Certainly ADNOC are looking at that in conjunction with the Masdar Institute and Zayed and the Petroleum Institute. So I think the adoption of new working methods, getting away from the traditional model, is something that we all have to adopt, and it will, the offshore industry is lagging slightly behind aviation and others, so once we adopt that, then yes, there will be greater savings in the economies to had.
And how does London Offshore Consultants contribute in developing the offshore industry in the Middle East?
We provide talks and get involved in forums. We provide technical advice. We provide consultancy to companies, so we can help them to enhance their processes. We look at companies as well that operate offshore, and we look at their in-house systems to see how they can streamline those and make them more effective, more cost-effective as a consultancy. In terms of being offshore, as I said before, I think that the fact that our guys are all experienced master mariners, engineers, they can look at stuff and they can prevent accidents happening before they do, and therefore we provide a valuable service to ensure that the industry is safer, and therefore eventually premiums will go down for everybody.
Okay, Mr. Chris, thank you so much for being today with us, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much and enjoy your day.